Hello everyone, welcome back to the vlog. Starting it off on a Friday. I just got off work. It's still so bright outside. It's like 5 p.m. I'm gonna go out for a little stroll in my neighborhood. And when I say neighborhood, I mean not really my neighborhood because I like to walk everywhere that's within an hour distance away. So I'm just gonna take a stroll around, soak in some vitamin D, maybe get a coffee. But the real reason I'm actually stepping out is because I need to capture a bit more content, some b-roll clips for this vlog that I'm working on. And I've never really done this before, purposefully schedule in time to capture content. Usually my vlogs, as you know, have been me documenting my everyday life and then kind of stringing together whatever has been on my mind that week and just trying to create a narrative once I have the clips. I'm doing something a little bit different with this vlog, which is starting with the topic and then curating the footage and piecing it together afterwards, kind of like making a movie, which I was a bit hesitant to do it before because I thought maybe that's too contrived, but I actually don't think that anymore. If anything, I think it helps me tell a better story, and it's not like I'm going out and acting out scenes or anything like that. It's more trying to tell more of a cohesive story. And you know, one day, I not really talked about this before, but I do aspire to create like short films and more of like stories in their own right. I don't know if that'll be on YouTube or somewhere else, or maybe it won't even see the light of day, but this I think would be good practice for that. Just go out and just make a whole afternoon out of it. It's a beautiful day, so blessed with great weather today. All right, let's head out.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done.
As I'm recording this voiceover, my video for which I'm filming these clips has gone up. And in it, I talked about feeling like I'm not on the same timeline as other people. I was completely blown away by the responses I got from all of you who were all at different points in your lives, but said you could relate to me. And I honestly think it's the first time in my entire life that I've seen the internet as something other than a scary, creepy, hostile place. I never thought putting my inner thoughts into that unknown void would be answered with such real human voices, and that was really special. So thank you. I think I walked around for like 2.5 hours. Whenever I step into bookstores, I get just so excited, and I spend so much time looking at the books and browsing, and I think I spent like half an hour in the bookstore alone, and I almost forgot to even take clips. I feel quite apologetic to the staff there, who probably expected from my browsing that I was gonna leave with a whole armful of books, but I only left with one book and a bookmark and a birthday card because it's my boyfriend's birthday is coming up soon. But I have a history of spending a lot of money on books, on new books that I only read once, and I really don't want to pick up that habit again. So I'm gonna be more intentional about book purchases, which is why I only bought the one book that I've been reading on my Kindle, but I have to return soon, and it's quite a lengthy book. It's called A Little Life. I've been wanting to read it for a while, and I was pretty sure when I started it that it's a book that I want to have as part of my owned collection. So I bought that. I was tempted to buy a lot more, but restraining myself. Also, I stopped by like a small boutique shop, I think. I've been trying to explore more of the local shops in New Jersey, and I stumbled into that shop and I bought. Also was not planning on purchasing anything there. I was, you know, literally just browsing, and I saw this little handmade candle that they had. See how pretty that is? And I really wasn't planning on, because I was like, it's just a candle. You can always get candles anywhere. But then I opened it and sniffed it, and this might be the most fragrant soy candle that I've ever smelled. I think I'm gonna put this in the front door area. Probably won't even light it because it smells so good and I don't want to waste it. That was 30 bucks, by the way. Those are my two purchases. So I'm gonna go get changed and make dinner and all of that. I'm boiling water because I'm gonna steam some broccoli for my smoothies. I know it sounds gross, but trust me, I'll show you tomorrow. But first I gotta clean these. I know this is a lot more lighthearted than my latest video, but you know, sometimes this is my life. And I guess there's a reason content like this is popular. People feel joy from watching the mundane, everyday lives of other people. One caveat though, it does stink up the entire house. It smells like ass. If you live with someone else, you gotta be strategic and pick a time to do this when no one's here. My boyfriend's away for the weekend, so I'm seizing the opportunity. But I do think to myself sometimes how much more colorful the world would be if we could get a bit of a sneak peek into what goes on in people's heads when they're doing these mundane things like meal prepping or cooking or washing the dishes. Because you can't really know a person until you get to hear some of their thoughts, don't you think? For example, you wouldn't know unless I told you that when I'm cooking like this, I find myself thinking about my mom and watching her hands on the cutting board and washing produce. And I can hear her still tell me, make sure you wash everything 3 times before you eat it. Yeah, and it makes me miss her. See, you wouldn't have known that unless I told you. It's a funny thing, content. Such an interesting and intimate form of communication. I know you're not supposed to do something when you eat, but I'm almost done editing this vlog. Editing portion needs to be completed tonight. So just this once, I look forward to eating this for dinner every single day. Good morning, happy weekend. I'm having my morning smoothie. This was a recipe I perfected, I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I first got into making smoothies. And the creaminess of this, do you see that? It's like ice cream. It's all thanks to the broccoli. All right, I'm gonna finish this and then let's get started with our day. Here's another thing I think about. How different life would be if people actually said the things they were thinking versus keep silent, equivocate, or say what they think people want to hear. And by people, I mean me. Of course, there are circumstances where you shouldn't say everything you're thinking, but for me, the issue has more often been not speaking up and communicating when I should have. It's a gorgeous day today, so I just got ready to go out with my boyfriend to get some lunch at a coffee shop in New Jersey. I feel like I live with this conflicted feeling, where on the one hand, I have this very strong desire to express myself, but on the other hand, I'm scared to, for fear of judgment, I guess. And that's a big part of why I started a YouTube channel, because there's almost this safety in speaking out into the void of unknown people, like sitting and talking in a confessional, I guess. Hey folks, it's a couple hours later. I am in a hurry because when am I not? I'm going into New York to get dinner and some drinks with some friends. Can't find my bigger clock whip, so let's just hope this little guy can do the job. Second attempt. That is definitely gonna come undone later, but for now, I think we are okay. I sprayed it in my ear. But then there are those moments, like with my latest video, when out of that void, real people with real stories emerge, and they tell you that they hear you, that they're feeling what you're feeling too. And I don't know why that's so astonishing to me. Maybe because it's not something I'm used to experiencing in real life. Because in real life, I don't really open up about these things, and so I never get the chance to hear those types of responses. And so instances like this make me think just how different my life would be if I opened up more in my day-to-day. But I am aware of this, and knowing is half the battle, right? And who knows, maybe these confessionals on YouTube will give me the courage to do that in real life, too. Can you tell it was a rough night? I'm slowly recovering now. And I'd better because I was dumb enough to schedule another thing today. I'm going to see a matinee play with a friend of mine, a Broadway play. It's called Mary Jane, and it is, I believe, Rachel McAdams' Broadway debut. Rachel McAdams of the teenage classics Mean Girls and The Notebook. I've been a long-time fan, so I'm excited to see it. I just wish I were in a better condition, but I think it'll be okay. I still have a few hours, and we're gonna grab lunch near the theater. Okay, let me start getting ready and go. I can't properly talk right now. I'll see you in a little bit. Folks, I am home, back from the play. This is the great thing about seeing a matinee performance is you get the whole rest of the afternoon to kind of chill out and finish doing your weekend reset or whatever it is. But I really enjoyed the play. It was actually slightly different from what I had expected. I think the synopsis that's listed on the Manhattan Theater Club website is purposefully a bit vague, because it does describe it as a story about a single mom and her network of women around her, but it leaves out a crucial detail, which I don't think I'll be spoiling because really it's revealed like 5 minutes into the play. And that detail is that her 3-year-old son was born prematurely and suffers from a lot of different health issues, medical issues. I think he has I think it was like a neurological disease. He's not able to talk or walk or communicate. The story follows them kind of going in and out of the hospital because his condition kind of deteriorates. Those are kind of the challenges and the odds that she is fighting against on her own, obviously. Overall, the story was really moving and emotional. As you can tell pretty much by the nature of the storyline, it's very dramatic, a lot of dialogue, not a ton of movement happening on the stage, and not a lot of scenery changes either. I enjoy those types of performances because, especially since the theater space itself was very intimate and we were quite close to the stage. I've never been to the Samuel J. Friedman Theater before, but it was a really small space. Overall, I felt like it was very centered around the actors and their performances, so it made for a very focused experience, which I really appreciated. So I very quickly got immersed into it and was kind of sucked in. I'm curious though what made Rachel McAdams choose it for her Broadway debut performance. So I think for cinema, it can kind of deduce what drew them to a certain role, depending on who else is attached to it and the publicity around it and things like that, and their previous track record. But I think when actors move over to Broadway or to theater, it's obviously a very different medium, so I'm always quite curious what made them choose a particular production to be a part of. Anyway, that is my review. Now I'm gonna get back to my Sunday, get things ready for the week because it's back to work tomorrow. They're really filming in the bathroom because I'm so self-conscious. So I came to Solid Core for the first time to take a class. I've never tried it before. So we'll see how it goes. I kid you not, that was the hardest workout class I've taken in my entire life. Wow. I completely underestimated Solid Core because I thought it was going to be reformer Pilates because I saw photos of them using what looks to be a reformer Pilates machine. But no, it was strength training, and they make you do every movement about 4 times slower than you normally do it so that every limb of your body is just shaking. I'm still glad I went. I'm just scared I won't be able to walk or move my arms tomorrow because it was a full body class. I've been trying to do more of these workout classes versus just working out solo at the gym because I think when I work out by myself, I tend to get a bit fixated on certain fitness goals and how my body looks afterwards and how many calories I burnt. But participating in these group classes, it takes my mind off of those things and gets me to enjoy the workout more. And I think that's a really important thing that I tend to deprioritize in a lot of things I put a lot of effort into. I want that to be the bulk of my exercise going forward. So even though I've been avoiding taking workout classes because obviously, you got to pay for them, I'm starting to think it's a worthwhile expense. I think I'm going to end the vlog now, potentially start a new one. I'm also brainstorming for a new type of video. I really enjoy making the more topic-oriented videos, so keep an eye out for more of those videos. Thank you for watching. If you have stuck around this far, I will be back very soon with my next little endeavor. All right,